Hey everybody, it's Miss Linda. I got another book here for you. It's called A Weekend with Wendell, and it's by Kevn Henkes. On Friday afternoon, Wendell's parents dropped him off at Sophie's house. "Wendell's going to spend the weekend with us," said Sophie's mother, "while his parents visit relatives out of town." "Oh boy," said Wendell. Sophie didn't say anything. There's Sophie standing behind her mom's skirt. After a snack, Sophie helped Wendell carry his sleeping bag and suitcase upstairs. "Well, what are we going to do now?" asked Wendell. "Do you have any toys?" Sophie pointed to her toy chest. "Is that all you've got?" said Wendell. "I've got 1,000,000 times more than that. What else is there to do around here?" "We could play house," said Sophie. "Only if I get to make the rules," said Wendell. So she's carrying all his stuff upstairs. So they played house, and Wendell made the rules. He was the father, the mother, and the 5 children. Sophie was the dog. Then they played hospital. Wendell was the doctor, the nurse, and the patient. Sophie was the desk clerk. She doesn't look very happy, does she? When they pretended they worked in a bakery, Wendell was the baker and Sophie was a sweet roll. "Isn't this fun?" said Wendell. Sophie didn't say anything. She's actually just facing the wall. At dinner, Wendell said that he was allergic to anything green, so he didn't have to eat his vegetables. And then, when Sophie wasn't looking, he scooped the whipped cream off of her dessert. Oh, that is really, really low. "When is Wendell leaving?" whispered Sophie. "Soon," said her mother. "Soon," said her father. After Sophie's parents tucked Sophie in her bed, zipped Wendell in his sleeping bag, and kissed both and turned off the light, Wendell grabbed his flashlight and shone it right in Sophie's eyes. "See you tomorrow," he said, smiling. Sophie shut her eyes. "I can't wait for Wendell to go home," she thought to herself. She's not having a very good weekend, is she? On Saturday morning, when Sophie woke up, there was a lumpy blue monster jumping up and down on her bed. Of course, it was Wendell. She felt something pinch her leg at breakfast. It was Wendell. She heard scary noises coming from the broom closet. It was Wendell. Wendell used Sophie's crayons and left them on the porch, so they melted. Oh boy, that's a real mess. At lunch, Wendell finger painted with his peanut butter and jelly. "Isn't this fun?" said Wendell. Sophie didn't say anything. "When is Wendell leaving?" whispered Sophie. "Soon," said her mother. "Soon," said her father. At bedtime, when Sophie put her head on her pillow, she heard something crunch. It was a note from Wendell, and it said, "See you tomorrow." Sophie shut her eyes. "I can't wait for Wendell to go home." And on this picture, it says, "See you tomorrow," and Wendell is chasing Sophie, and he's got big teeth. Woo! Before Wendell's parents picked him up on Sunday morning, he tried to make a long-distance phone call, and he wrote his name on the bathroom mirror with toothpaste. There was a time when long-distance phone calls were very expensive. And he gave Sophie a new hairdo with shaving cream. "Want to go outside to help me wash this off?" asked Sophie. "We could play firefighter." "Oh boy," said Wendell. Now, if you notice here, Sophie's looking a little angry and maybe a little bit determined. So they played firefighter, and Sophie made the rules. She was the fire chief, and Wendell was the burning building. Isn't this fun? Said Sophie. Wendell didn't say anything. He's getting sprayed with water. Do I get to be the fire chief? Asked Wendell. Maybe, said Sophie. Now he doesn't look very happy, does he? Soon, Wendell and Sophie didn't care who was the fire chief or who was the burning building. And finally, they learned how to play together. And here they are, there's a rainbow over them, and they're having a wonderful time. Time to go, said Sophie's mother. Time to go, said Sophie's father. Already, said Wendell. Already, said Sophie. Now that they've become friends, they're having a good time. When is Wendell coming back? Asked Sophie. Never, said her mother. Never, said her father. That afternoon, when Wendell unpacked his suitcase, he heard something crunch. It was a note from Sophie, and it said, I hope I see you soon. And I hope you've enjoyed the reading of A Weekend with Wendell by Kevn Henkes. Take care.